Building Muscle and Strength Part 2, Achieving Progressive Overload. Exercise selection for beginners, intermediate, and advanced, and different ways you can train to save time. Exercise selection. Risk versus reward. You all do not have to deadlift. I was medically retired from counterterrorism. I understand that. About lumbar specifically, L4 and L5, and other injuries I've seen as a D1 strength coach throughout my time and a fitness coordinator for counterterrorism agents and being on different operations and things where people are injured. So I get that intelligent training and building muscle and strength does not have to always have a compound movement to conduct that. You can do a lot of unilateral work. So pick exercises, number one, that you like, because you're going to do better with what you like. Pick exercises that hit the entire muscle group bang for its buck, like dumbbell flat bench press. Recruits all the chest. Shoulders, don't always do all these front raises and putting your elbows close together to do that press, because when you're doing benching exercises, you're already working your anterior or front delt. You're overworking it. So work more the lateral delt. And with dumbbells, especially flat bench, you're not going to have as much AC joint issues as you would a barbell bench press. Full range of motion recruits more muscle and strength, just like stretch-mediated hypertrophy has shown us. So when the muscle is fully stretched, which is that full range of motion, you have the most recruitment. Think outside the box. I don't have to do barbell back squat and load my vertebra. I can do Bulgarian split squat. I can do a reverse lunge. I can do forward lunge. I do find that people develop patellar tendonitis more often from a forward lunge than a reverse lunge. And you can do curtsy lunge. Guys, don't move away from that movement. You see a lot of ladies doing it, but curtsy lunge has benefit as well. Nordic hamstring curl, lying leg curl, seated leg curl. Any of those are options versus doing an RDL, Romanian deadlift, which some could have more risk for injury with. Antagonistic pairing, doing chest and then back afterwards, or vice versa. Working opposing muscle groups to save you time in the gym. I've done this for a long time. I actually prefer it. Actually, studies show when they've done pull-ups and then go to bench press, it actually helps the bench press. It doesn't work vice versa, but just an FYI. So you could do a chest exercise, and as soon as you recover from an oxygen point of view, because your back's fresh, you could go over to the back exercise and not have to wait 2 or 3 minutes. You might be ready to go from an oxygen point of view in 30 seconds, 45 seconds, a minute. You're doing that, and by the time you get back to chest, you're still within the range of that 1 to 4 minutes of rest time that science recommends. And the short end is obviously 1 minute. 4 minutes, much longer than that, you're gonna get into a powerlifting range and you're gonna not benefit the hypertrophy or strength as much. So you can do this many different ways to fit your lifestyle. You just have to hit the total sets, reps, and weight. If you're using the Fit Easel Free program, you can orchestrate your program with any number of days that I've mentioned here. If you upgrade and purchase the 4-day or 6-day hypertrophy program, progressive overload programming is already built in. It has a convenience calculator, and how many ever sets you go through, it's going to calculate for you up to 5 sets at a time, because most people don't do more than 5 sets per one exercise. And then you can have that total calculated and just go over and put it in the total weight and the total reps, and your total poundage for that exercise and for the day is totaled up for you. So each week you can see, okay, last week my total pounds was this. So this week I have to improve upon that. I can improve by doing 1 more rep. That's more pounds. I can add a 1/4 pound or 1/2 pound to something, and that is a way to progress. And that's achieving progressive overload. And that is the only way you build muscle and strength. You have to continue to progress. You can have more of an eccentric phase of a lift and concentric. You can rest less time. That's another way to achieve it. If you have a rep set scheme where you can do more reps in earlier sets that you couldn't achieve before, that's also achieving progressive overload, because it's another rep or so many reps earlier than you could before. Those are all ways to do it. But fundamentally and simply, adding a rep or adding weight when you couldn't do it before, you've achieved a PR, a personal record, that's achieving progressive overload. And that's building muscle and strength, especially when you're training in a strength and hypertrophy range.